People here. You guys all good looking here. Let's New York. Hey, first of all, I want to thank Nick and Barclays for having us here today, and you guys for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. I know there's got to be some happy hour somewhere downtown a block from here. But definitely, this could not been done without our supporters, sponsors, without Ed, Inga, and our so-called celebrities, Alex Skarsgård, Dominic West, and Prince Harry. Very blessed to have made the team. So I continue to thank Ed and Inga and my team for supporting me and helping me get there. My name is Captain Ivan Castro, active duty from the United States Army Special Operations Command, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I like to call it the center of the universe. Served in the military for about 26 years, and I was in Iraq on September 2nd, 2006, southwest of Baghdad in a place called Yusufia, the Triangle of Death. And we were on a offensive operation. I was in charge. I was a first lieutenant with the 82nd Division at the time, and I was in charge of a sniper reconnaissance platoon, providing overwatch and support by fire for our battalion. The day before the first, we had come in contact with the enemy, and we physically lost one whole platoon. We were given the order by my commander to come and take over that section. Not a good idea. The enemy had already had that area already kind of targeted. We went ahead and did. We knew the enemy's tactics, so we knew that in the morning they'd get up and start engaging with us. And I decided to tell my guys to get off the rooftop, and I was going to get up on there. Not to put myself in harm's way, that's for sure, but to scout for a new position where I could move my guys, a position that I could provide better overhead cover and concealment for fire and the elements. Minutes later, two 82mm mortars landed in my vicinity. One landed 5 feet to my left, and the mortar blast amputated my right index finger and caused a bilobe aneurysm of my left vertebral artery. My lungs collapsed. I had a pulmonary embolism. My right cheekbone was shred to pieces. My nose was broken in pieces also. My deltoid muscle on my left deltoid was torn, and I had an open bone humerus fracture of the left humerus. The mortar blast also immediately enucleated my right eye and flung shrapnel into my left, leaving me blind. But worst of all, 2 guys were killed from those same rounds. Private First Class Justin Dries and Sergeant Ralph Boris. It was a hard recovery, a hard pill to swallow. When you go to war, you think of it as black and white. Black, you come back in a body bag. White, you come back fine. You never think of the gray. And you don't want to think about that gray. You don't want to see it either. The recovery process was very hard. But I could do 2 things. Either sit and dwell and cry, or move forward. And bills keep on coming. Mortgage keeps on being paid. I still had guys employed. And at that time, I was still an officer. Still am an officer. And a father. And a leader of men. So the only thing we could do is just look and listen to the gunfight and run towards it. So that's my story. Since then, I've taken up running and cycling. So when the challenge came across me of a good friend of mine who I cycle across America with, shot me an email and said, "Hey Ivan, would you want to go to South Pole?" And I said, "South Pole?" And I always thought the North was cold. I didn't know much about the South. And being from Puerto Rico, I said, that must be nice and warm. So I told him, sure, I'll fill out the application. And started filling out the application, did a little bit of research, and realized how cold it was. What did I get myself into? What an idiot. Put in the application, and luckily was was selected, and it was a long, extensive process. And don't believe Inga, he's not a softie. He's a hard ass. But for a good reason. We all made it there and back. So I'd like to talk to you about challenges. Let's see. Figure this out.